So one of my goals of 2014 was to make vlogs, and it's now almost May, and I've made a couple of document your life videos, and that's been a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to do those, but I haven't really vlogged or told anybody anything on camera and reviewed a book on there. So this is my first attempt, and when I say first attempt, this might be the first video you see, but this has actually been maybe the sixth or seventh try I've done it. I actually just sent out a tweet that said vlogging is difficult. So I'm going to keep going and hopefully it's okay. First up, we have Elaine Louie, or as many like to call her, Lainey Gossip. And Lainey Gossip, right here, so pretty, and that's her mom, who she calls the Squawking Chicken. And the cover reads, "When Mother Knows Best, What's a Daughter to Do?" And this is a hilarious memoir, but also a memoir full of advice and unconventional advice, because many mothers obviously, they want to teach their children to be kind and gentle and all that good stuff, which of course her mother wants to do, but she teaches her hard lessons and lessons that she thinks will not toughen her up, but definitely make her be stronger and face adversity with strength and power. And that's exactly what she's done in her career, and I think that she tells it like it is. And I had a little note here like marked because I wanted to read some of the chapters to you. Some of my favorites are never bring home an umbrella off the street. Advice number 1. These are chapters. Number 2, Miss Kong is a whore. And my favorite is don't cut your bangs over 30. Noted. It's the book for mother and daughter. If you haven't heard about this book already, I'd be very, very surprised. It's a wonderful read. I highly recommend it. So that's number 1. And then number 2, now this is an advanced reading copy, The Storied Life of AJ Fikri, or as I just call it, AJ Fikry, by Gabrielle, Zevin. This is a wonderful, wonderful story. If you see it in your local bookstore, it's going to be a hardcover. The back reads, an irresistible novel about a baby left in a bookstore, second chances, and finding room for all the books and all the love that transform our lives. So the premise is a young baby is found in a bookstore, and this guy that runs the bookstore, AJ Fikry, is not a happy guy. He's had a kind of rough go, and he has this independent bookstore that's not doing so well, and he's trying to figure things out. And then this baby appears, and it goes on a whirlwind of an adventure, and this little girl grows up and in this bookstore, and it's really a love letter to books and a love letter to publishing in a sense, which obviously I love. So I think that you and your mom will really enjoy this book. So next up we have Miriam Toews. What can I say about Miriam Toews that hasn't been said already? All My Panty Sorrows is her new book. It just came out, I think, a couple weeks ago. It is the story of two sisters, and it says right here, you won't forget Elf and Yoli, two smart and loving sisters. So Elf is struggling with depression, and she has made countless attempts to commit suicide, and her sister Yoli is continuously trying to keep her sister happy and give her meaning for living and stuff like that. So she's always trying to prevent her from committing suicide, even though her sister is begging her to do this harmful act to herself. And this is a personal story for Miriam Toews because Miriam Toews has struggled with the exact same things, and her sister and her father have taken their own lives, and it's kind of a fictional account of those things that have happened to her, and she does it in such a brilliant, heartwarming, uplifting yet sad and humorous way. And I know that all those words don't make sense in one sentence, but I can tell you when you read this book, you will get it. And she recently did an interview with CBCQ with Jian Ghomeshi, and she said this amazing quote that was like, I don't think anybody can write about loss with without a little bit of humor. And I think she does it brilliantly in her new book. You'll be hearing, and you probably have heard lots and lots about this book, but I think that your mom will, or any woman in your life that you want to give a book to, this is the book to give her. It is candid at its finest, so highly recommended. Next up, we have Wave, and Sonali, last name. I don't think I'm going to be able to pronounce that. This is a powerful and haunting memoir of a woman that was in Sri Lanka with her family in 2004 and watched her two sons, husband, and parents get whipped up into that tsunami that hit, that devastating tsunami. And this is the story of losing her whole family, and picking up the pieces after that. And I don't know how she did it. And it is a beautiful, heartbreaking love. There's so much love in this memoir that I don't even know. I just remember crying so much. And it just really makes you put things into perspective and really makes you want to call your parents up and say how much you love them. Highly, highly recommended. I got to meet her. And when I met her, I said, you know, your memoir made me cry so much. And she said, I'm so sorry that I made you cry. And I thought, God, this woman's been through so much and she's apologizing for making me cry. So anyway, read this book, recommend it to everybody you know, and definitely give it to your mom. Next up, Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I am a huge Taylor Jenkins Reid fan. I have a friend, Sarah, who put this book in my hand and said, everybody is reading this book. I think you'll really enjoy it. And so I dipped into it and I could not stop reading. I think your mom will probably experience the same thing. Basically, it's the story of, what are their names? Elsie, Porter, and Ben Ross. And Elsie and Ben have fallen in love. And it was a really whirlwind romance, and they get married. It's very, very fast, but it's true love. And Ben goes out to pick up some cereal, Fruity Pebbles to be exact. And when he goes out on his bike, he gets struck by a vehicle, and he dies. And this is the story of the mother of Ben and what's her name again? Elsie. God, I'm horrible with names. And Elsie, and the two of them have to meet and get to know each other, and it is really, really sad. And yet it's done in such an interweaved kind of fun way that it's not that sad. And I think you'll really enjoy it, and I think your mom will really enjoy it. It is a really fun story. Taylor Jenkins Reid has a way of writing literature that is, you sit down to read like, a couple of pages, and then all of a sudden you're like 200 pages in and you can't leave your home and you cancel plans, which is what I did. So I'm sure your mom will enjoy this. That is it, my friends. I have recommended 5 books to you. I have a squeaky chair. These are the 5 books that I think you and your mom will enjoy. I hope you pick up at least one of them and put it in her lap. And I will be back with some Father's Day reads in a couple months. In the meantime, I wish you and your family a happy Mother's Day. Bye!